Огромное спасибо.
Hej igen bröder och systrar. Tack igen för visat intresse. Jag älskar Lala. Nu, I'm super pumped and super frustrated to talk to you today about the human digestive system. I would like a moment to explain that statement before getting started. Tack igen för din tid. So I'm pumped to talk about it because I know a lot about it. I studied it in books and in life practice for over a decade. I know the digestive system well, and, well, in knowing it, it's not my digestive system, it's our digestive system. So any knowledge I can share about our digestive system, I'm hoping, is going to help us. But at the same time, it's very frustrating for me because, well, I'll put it to you like this. This is generally what happens when I try to help humans learn about their digestive system and be healthier humans. They don't like it. Jag vet. So they hear me, and then they get that little intuition kick. You know, almost like the Peter tingle. Well, I guess in my case, it'd be the willy tingle. So I'm getting my willy tingle on, and people are feeling it. And then they change the channel and they don't do fucking anything about it. And I'm left being the only motherfucker that knows anything about it. So I hope this helps. But I also know I have a lot to say about it. So to make the video more visually interesting than just watching a nerd stand here talking about the digestive system, I got a backup plan. So I figured it would be more entertaining to my audience if I fired up the 36-inch CRT, hooked up the SNES, and you can watch me play Dr. Mario as I continue to talk about our digestive system in an attempt to make us aware and us healthier. 谢谢你的关注。你准备好了吗？好，我们走吧。板川所有。It's my understanding that this information should be perceived as intuitionally correct when correlated to the pure food consciousness that I described in previous videos. Admittedly, extreme in its expectation, I explain this not as a dictation, but as an explanation for the perception that I accepted as truth for over a decade as I attempted to develop my own true health. Everything I am about to say to you has been accepted within my reality as truth. I use it as a guide. It helps me, and I'm trying to help you, regardless of your status, age, gender, geography, or mother tongue. Thank God again for English. 现在 everybody knows. 水和油不混合. Well, two other things that don't go together that a lot of people may not consider are stomach acid and greasy foods. And I want you to correlate them exactly like oil and water. The stomach acid is trying to do a job, and that greasy foods is in the way. Now, if you eat the greasy foods every day, the things you do daily add up slowly. And just because you don't know the damage is being done doesn't mean the damage isn't being done. So it's very important that we understand how to have a healthy stomach. A single strong example I would like to provide to help explain the significance and importance of understanding our stomach health and how it correlates to the rest of our body is B12. B12 is a big problem for a lot of humans, and it's common to know that you have a B12 issue, pump yourself full of B12, and still feel like you're getting nowhere. B12 needs to be broke down very small in the stomach first. If there's extra greasy stuff in your stomach, well, that B12 may not be getting properly digested. If there's greasy stuff in your stomach for a very long time, very regularly, well, you're decreasing the chances that your B12 is getting properly pounded down into dust before it goes into the intestines. The significance can be correlated as so. If you have a file in WMA format and the program you're using only accepts MP3s, it can be the exact same thing in a different format, and it doesn't matter how hard you try, that program is not going to accept the WMA in that format. If you switch the format, the exact same thing can be used. Similarly, if the B12 is not properly broken up in the stomach before it passes into the intestines, the body will not recognize the format that B12 is in, and there is a strong possibility that it will just pass through fecal matter and waste during the ending of the digestion process. I don't have a deep fryer and haven't in many years. I don't eat deep fried foods outside of French fries. But when I do have French fries that are deep fried, obviously not at home where I don't own one, I generally choose places like New York Fries because I know they use sunflower seed oil, and the material in which you use to do the frying matters a lot. Another factor that people commonly overlook when it comes to their stomach health is what they drink. If we correlate it back to the original conversation about the greasy foods and how the grease gets in the way of the stomach acid and prevents the stomach from properly digesting our food, therefore making it harder for our body to even absorb and properly use the nutrients we do have, we can understand the importance of what we drink to our stomach health and to our digestion. Now, I know this is a sensitive topic. If you're consuming something that you know is harmful to your stomach, you know. And if you don't care, don't care. But I did care. And the only liquids I really drink are pomegranate juice, water, black coffee, and chaga extract. But I'm not telling anybody how to live. I'm just explaining how I lived in order to develop my own true health. Once again, I admit that the expectation is high, but I have upheld it. I also understand that is why other people were not able to uphold it. This is not a dictation, but an example of a pure food consciousness. 如果你还在听，我在推我的运气，我最好加快速度。I hope those are some helpful thoughts for someone out there trying to develop their own true health. It is my understanding that true health is comprised of a personal balance of physical, mental, and spiritual health. I encourage all humans to strive for their own true health because the greatest sin on earth is robbing yourself of inner peace. Jag måste gå. Tack igen för din tid. Att det gott att vara positiv. Fred och kärlek till alla. Tack god igen. Hej därifrån nu.